ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरये। नष्टप्रायेषु भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तम श्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी। हरे कृष्णा। Hare Krishna everybody.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
हरे कृष्णा प्रभु जी।
हरे कृष्णा प्रभु जी।
दंडवत प्रणाम। हरे कृष्णा प्रभु जी।
हरे कृष्णा प्रभु जी।
हरे कृष्णा प्रभु
हरे
जी।
कृष्णा।
हरे कृष्णा प्रभु जी। हरे
Hare Krishna. Chalo. Let's start. Live किया? ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरये। नष्टप्रायेषु भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तम श्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी। 321-7 तथा समाधि युक्तेन क्रिया योगेन कर्दमः संप्रपेदे हरिं भक्त्या प्रपन्ना वरदा शुशम्। तथा समाधि युक्तेन क्रिया योगेन कर्दमः संप्रपेदे हरिं भक्त्या प्रपन्न वरदा शुशम्। तथा समाधि युक्तेन क्रिया योगेन कर्दमः संप्रपेदे हरिं भक्त्या प्रपन्न वरदा शुशम्। तथा समाधि युक्तेन क्रिया योगेन कर्दमः संप्रपेदे हरिं भक्त्या प्रपन्न वरदा शुशम्। तथा समाधि युक्तेन क्रिया योगेन कर्दमः संप्रपेदे हरिं भक्त्या प्रपन्न वरदा शुशम्।
तथा समाधि युक्तेन क्रिया योगेन कर्दमा संप्रमेत हरिभक्त्या प्रपन्ना वरदा शुशम्। तथा समाधियुक्तेन क्रियायोगेन कर्दमः संप्रपेदे हरिभक्त्या प्रपन्ना वरदा शुशम्
तथा समाधियुक्तेन क्रियायोगेन कर्दमा संप्रपेदे हरिं भक्त्या वरदाशुषम्
तथा समाधियुक्तेन क्रियायोगेन कर्तमः संप्रपेदे हरिं भक्त्या प्रपन्ना वरदाशुषम्
Tataha, then in that penance, samadhi yuktena, in trance, kriya yogena, by bhakti yoga worship, kardamaha, the sage kardama, samprapede, serve harim, the personality of Godhead, bhaktya, in devotion service, prapanna, to the surrendered souls, varada ashisham, the best of all blessings. During the period of penance, the sage Kardama, by worship to devotion service and trance, propitiated the personality of Godhead who is the quick bestower of all the blessings upon those who flee to him for protection. During that period of penance, the sage Kardama, by worship through devotion service in trance, propitiated the personality of Godhead, who is the quick bestower of all blessings upon those who flee to him for protection. Hare Krishna Suprema Devi.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Swami Prabhupada, Prabhupada ki Jai. The significance of meditation is described here. Kardama Muni practiced mystic yoga meditation for 10,000 years just to please the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Hari. Therefore, whether one practices yoga or speculates and does research to find God, one's efforts must be mixed with the process of devotion. Without devotion, nothing can be perfect. The target of perfection and realization is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. In the 6th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, it is clearly stated that one who constantly engages in Krishna consciousness is the topmost yogi. The personality of Godhead, Hari, also fulfills the desires of a surrendered devotee. One has to surrender unto the lotus feet of the personality of Godhead, Hari or Krishna, in order to achieve real success. Devotional service or engagement in Krishna consciousness is the direct method, and all other methods, although recommended, are indirect. In this age of Kali, the direct method is especially more feasible than the indirect because people are short-living, their intelligence is poor, and they are poverty-stricken and embarrassed by so many miserable disturbances. Lord Chaitanya, therefore, has given the greatest boon in this age. One simply has to chant the holy name of God to attain perfection in spiritual life. The word Samprapede Harim mean that in various ways Kardama Muni satisfied the Supreme Personality of Godhead Hari by his devotional service. Devotional service is also expressed by the word Kriya Yogena. Kardama Muni not only meditated but also engaged in devotional service to attain perfection in yoga practice or meditation. One must be in devotional service by hearing, chanting, remembering, etc. Remembering is meditation also, but who is to be remembered? One should remember the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Not only must one remember the Supreme Person, one must hear about the activities of the Lord and chant his glories. This information is in the authoritative scriptures. After engaging himself for 10,000 years in performing different types of devotional service, Kardama Muni attained the perfection of meditation, but that is not possible in this age of Kali, wherein it is very difficult to live for as much as 100 years. At the present moment, who will be successful in the rigid performance of the many yoga rules and regulations? Moreover, perfection is attained only by those who are surrendered souls. Where there is no mention of the personality of Godhead, where there is surrender, and where there is no meditation upon the Supreme Personality of Godhead, where is the yoga practice? Unfortunately, people in this age, especially persons who are of a demonic nature, want to be cheated. Thus, the Supreme Person of Godhead sends great cheaters who mislead them in the name of yoga and render their lives useless and doomed. In Bhagavad Gita, it is therefore clearly stated in the 16th chapter, verse 17, that rascals of self-made authority, being puffed up by illegally collected money, perform yoga without following the authoritative books. They are very proud of the money they have plundered from innocent person who want to be cheated. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Om Jnana-timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishnaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine. Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisheshaya Shunavadi Pashat Deshatarine. Jayo Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasati Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Tata Samadhi Yuktena Kriya Yogena Kardamaha Samprapede Harim Bhaktya Prapanna Varada Shasham. During the period of penance, the sage Kardama, by worship, through devotion with trance, propitiated the personality Godhead, who is a quick bestower of all blessings upon those who flee to him for protection. Okay. So now the question is pleasing the Supreme Lord. Many a time we get lost in the ritual, just like Janmashtami is coming. A lot of planning is pending. The festival will be divided into 3 parts. First part, the festival is for the public here. There will be thousands of people locally coming, participating. So we have to do the whole logistic arrangement of the visit, of the starting from the chapel stand. A lot of work is there. Invitation, now the stage of invitation is going on. Prasadam distribution, the arrangement of the program, so many people will come, their chairs to sit. Then there will be, you have to invite VIPs, they come, that has team to invite them, and when they come, recognize them, give them garland, remind them just before the function, give them special prasadam. And then there will be people who are coming just for a yatra, and they have 2 more days now, those who want to come. So they come, and for them we are making arrangements. Now recently we created also short yatra, just for 2 days. Some people want to finish the Janmashtami at home on 18th and come here on 19th and 20th, attend ISKCON Janmashtami and Prabhupada Vyas Puja. So I think that will also reach to you. You can go for short yatra. Whatever is, we have to have logistic arrangement of them. So much details are involved. Then there are people online who will not be able to join here physically for the yatra and not get an opportunity for service also in the huge festival, but they will be able to watch the function online. So there is another elaborate arrangement and planning for that. Okay. But among all these arrangements, we forget Janmashtami is for the pleasure of Krishna. Somebody was telling me very nicely. He was a very big person here. He said, I went to visit a temple. And it was around 3 o'clock. He said, I visited a particular temple, not our temple, some local temple, some Devi temple. And Pujari knew I'm coming. And I was late. I was supposed to reach at 12 and I reached at 3. He said that fellow had not even made bhoga offering to the Lord. He kept the Lord hungry. He never closed the altar, which is supposed to close at 1. He was waiting outside with garland till 3 o'clock, forgetting the Lord, forgetting the Lord's food, forgetting the Lord's arti and the rest after that. So what do you say? Is it right or wrong? Definitely it's nonsense. It is. It's because he has forgotten he is there for the pleasure of the Lord, not for that big fellow who is coming to meet. So sometimes we should not forget the essence. The essence is the pleasure. If you forget that, then you get lost in the rules and regulation and forget the very essence is that the Lord is pleased. Prabhupada says in the beginning of spiritual life, there is leaning towards impersonalism in spiritual life. I explained to you, let me explain again. It's like you're sitting in the bus and we say to the bus conductor, give me ticket to Manipal. And you give your money, say 100 rupees or whatever, you gave him. It used to be only 20 rupees, now it's gone 4 or 5 times. Okay, whatever. You give him the money, okay, and gives us the ticket. You don't even look at him most of the time. You don't ask him, did you have your utayata? Have you eaten? We don't ask. You're not bothered. You're not bothered. He's standing for 2 hours, 3 hours in the bus. We are not bothered. We're not even looking at him. He doesn't exist for us. He's like a machine in which I gave money and I got my ticket. Isn't it? So in the beginning of spiritual life, we deal with the Lord also like that. Acharya, here is an Acharya. We pay obeisance. But actually, you look at the Acharya, we should beg pardon always because we are not offering service properly. I should always be worried. Is he angry at me? Yasya prasadat bhagavat prasadho. Yasya prasadat nagati kutopi. Anna? Nase aprasadat. He's very worried. Has anything I did? Has it upset? He is a person. How would you look at proper deity? It's like Acharya has come and is sitting. A pure Krishna consciousness. So dear to Krishna. Isn't it? We should look like that or not. We take it for granted. He is very happy. I am such a nice devotee. And anyway, he is very merciful. He must be very pleased with me. We assume, which may not be true. The first thing in the deal with the Guru and Acharya, we should always beg forgiveness. Forgive me if I have done any offense. Try to understand their person. It's not a machine. And in the beginning, our attitude like that. एक वो exercise की तरह नमस्कार कर दिया आप तो खुश हैं हम भी खुश हैं what is this आप भी खुश हैं हम भी खुश what nonsense is this Acharya has given rules and regulation. Acharya has given a very high platform for service to his lotus feet. Acharya is the one who is empowering us and who is the source of all the spiritual power. There was a great Acharya in our parampara called Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj Prabhupada. Very great Acharya, Prabhupada's guru. He opened 64 mathas in India, had thousands of disciples. Even the kings, small princely kings, many were his disciples. Very powerful Acharya. Written many books and the encyclopedia of knowledge. Great scholar. And his guru was Gaur Kishodas Babaji Maharaj, who was illiterate, can't even write his name. But he was totally absorbed in Krishna, very, very advanced spiritualist. So somebody asked Bhaktivinoda Prabhupada that what is your guru doing? Nothing. You are the one going all around and preaching. What is he doing? Just sitting in one place. Somebody asked him like that. Bhaktivinoda Prabhupada said, I am a bulb in the powerhouse. What is the connection? I am the bulb and he is the powerhouse. From that the current is coming. Actually, it is like that. Guru Parampara is the one who brings mercy. We have no direct connection to the Lord. Whatever happiness we have in Krishna consciousness, whatever faith we have in Krishna consciousness is bestowed by the Acharya. True? Yasya prasadat Bhagavat prasad. This is a very confidential thing and maybe heavy for some of you, but fact is fact. Try to appreciate this point. Yasya prasad. Therefore, in the previous time when a sage will go to the king, he can ask anything including the kingdom from the king and the king will give it. Because he knows it is because of his devotion service the Lord has bestowed so many resources on my kingdom. There is instances in certain times in the Bhagavatam about people who are so virtuous and pious that if they leave a kingdom, everything inauspicious starts happening. Correct? Diseases start, so many start. Just by the pure devotees to the Lord are so dear, they attract attention of the Lord where they are. And Lord's attention means then everything in that area becomes opulent, pious, blessed. So the king will not hesitate. Similarly, for us, when we are doing devotion service, we should always have gratitude to Prabhupada, not that he gave us the process because he is our connection to Krishna. It is connected via our Guru, via Srila Prabhupada to Krishna. Are you getting the picture now? So he is the powerhouse and we are the bulb. We are all burning because of Srila Prabhupada. They are understanding this point. Because if he is pleased by the devotion service, then our spiritual life increases. In Bhagavad Gita, if you read Bhagavad Gita, Prabhupada says that one can please Krishna very easily by pleasing the spiritual master. And then he writes, even without following the regulative principles, and then Prabhupada says, still he writes softly, he said actually regulative principles will be very easy to follow for somebody who has pleased the spiritual master. See, I tell you something even more. If you are following regulative principles and chanting 60 renown, if based on your realization, it will not last. Because mind tricks us. Mind tricks us. Not needed. 8 is enough for you. He said 16, just like in engineering, when we make a bridge or anything in civil engineering, we make factor of safety. Suppose the bridge can take 10 tons. We say it should not take more than 1 ton to give 10 times the factor of safety. And this is engineering. Okay. So actually he said 16, but 8 is enough. He had, factor of safety, double he kept. Understand? Suppose something breaks by 1 kilo weight. So we said, don't put more than 100 grams. So we are keeping it safe. So Acharya kept it safe, 16, 8 is enough or 4 is enough. We may play so many tricks. The mind is very dangerous. And similarly for regulative principles, if by your own realization, you cannot stop yourself from breaking regulative principles. Mind will trick you. So Prabhupada says, when somebody becomes thickly bonded with the spiritual master, he never breaks anything. Okay, you understand this? See, I'm explaining it, whole Krishna consciousness in a little personal way, because it is personal. Just like at home. Now, you may not have realization that drinking is good or bad. You may not have. And many of us did not do it because father, mother will be very upset. And you don't want to upset them, so you don't drink. It's not that you have realization that drinking is good or bad, but if I drink, father, mother will shout at the top of the voice. They will be furious. True? You know that. And you don't want to upset them, so you don't drink. You got it? Understood? So similarly, when one is thickly bonded to the spiritual master, he loves him, he loves Prabhupada, he loves his guru, thickly bonded. He very sincerely follows because he knows if he comes to know I'm not chanting my rounds, if he comes to know I'm following, he will be very hurt. Now I don't know to hurt him, so I follow. So Prabhupada says very interestingly, okay? Now I'm just giving on a material domain. When attachment to spiritual master is not on the material domain. When you chant Hare Krishna, when you advance in spiritual life, you do feel more attachment to Krishna and Guru automatically. But still, I'm just giving you such a common sense principle. When there is an affection and attachment to the spiritual master and Krishna, automatically I don't do. Krishna will be hurt. Krishna says in Gita, I don't do this and I didn't do this. So coming to what I was coming to, the pleasing, just like we have the example of Kardama Muni here. He did tapasya for 10,000 years, but the goal was Krishna is pleased. His goal was not that I'd get this yoga siddhi. In society today, suppose somebody becomes very rich. He says, Krishna is with me. This is a nice old story. Just because you are rich doesn't mean Krishna is with you. How can you say Krishna is pleased with you? Hiranyakashipu was also very rich. Ravana was also very rich. Doesn't mean that Krishna, that's an old story. Many people have this funny story. Because I am very rich, it shows Krishna is very happy with me. No, that's not the criteria. That's not the criteria. And because I have some yoga siddhis, Krishna is very pleased with me. No, that's not. We have the Durvasa Muni, the Sudarshana of Krishna went to kill him. So just getting money doesn't mean it is best. The Lord is very pleased with you. Krishna is so kind and merciful, giving you so much money. May not be. It's all laws of karma. Something has come. May not have personal involvement of the Lord. Some punya you did and you got something. There's nothing spiritual about it. So material world is not. Ye dhana yavana putra parijana eteke ache parathiti re. This is not going to anyway protect you. But when you get these things, you feel very, very accomplished. And we think we have pleased the Lord. And you think, and as a follower, think is a sign of spiritual success. He's becoming very rich. God is very pleased with him. And then he's becoming very powerful. He's becoming very this, he's becoming very that. It shows what? Kindness of the Lord. Anna? Somebody is able to fly in the air. See, God is so pleased with him. No way. But we get distracted by all that. Therefore, Prabhupada talks about foolish followers who get attracted by some kind of gymnastics. So the pleasing the Lord means we have to change from being impersonalist attitude to a personalist attitude. Even in our relationships, those who are tamasic, they see a woman, they don't see a woman, they just see flesh. They're very attracted. They will kill that woman. They will do anything with that just because they want to enjoy that flesh. They don't see there is a person here and I should talk. Those who are rasic, when they see a woman, just give an example, how to dealing, different behavior will come. A rasic person, he gets involved, pyar ho gaya, ye ho gaya. Still, actually, he is not seeing the person. Still, he wants to enjoy the person. Tamasic, he does without rules and regulation. Rasic, he marries and indulges in relationship to that form. As Sattvic actually understand the person is not the body, the person is the spirit soul. And he has a very gentle and proper says happy. The happiness starts from Sattva-guna. Rajoguna, Tamoguna, there is no happiness. It's only the Rajasic person is disturbed and Tamasic is mad. Because Rajasic has so many strong material desires. He is never happy, he is disturbed. And Tamasic person goes crazy, mad, because it doesn't follow. The Rasic person at least follows rules and regulations for, just like a Kshatriya, will marry a girl if he wants to enjoy with the Tamasic person, no, he'll just kidnap her. Crazy, mad. Rasic is something, following rules, but harassment of the senses is there and goes crazy in Tamoguna. But Sattva-guna, there is no harassment of the senses. He sees a person. Hare Krishna, how are you? Why don't you chant Hare Krishna? And then it's in Krishna consciousness, he sees even more spiritual. So very outlook of life changes for another person as your consciousness changes. You getting it? Even for other individual. Some people are so self-centric, they cannot think of anybody. They are not even able to understand that the other person is in pain. They're only thinking about themselves and they utilize everybody for their pleasure. They cannot see the other person is in difficulty, he is in pain. They don't see. It's true or not? That's how the world is. They're so self-focused today. They don't say, I'm fine, I have no pain, I'm fine. But even the say, and when they are in difficulty, they want whole world to help them. And they get angry when they're not helping. But that's not the way, it's not reasonable. They're so self-focused that when they are in difficulty, they want whole world to give attention to them. And they get upset when somebody doesn't call them, somebody doesn't give them good words, how are you? But on the reverse, when somebody else is sick or in pain, they just don't feel it. And they want whole world to feel when they are in difficulty. This is not reasonable, but that's tamo guna. So as person advances in Krishna consciousness, he can see better. He can see much better. He can become a gentleman. Therefore, Satuguna means gentleman. Rajaguna is selfish. Tamoguna is so selfish, he goes to the level of madness. I remember once I was somewhere and I saw a ticket collector, somebody coming, and he was drunk. So even though we had a permission to distribute books, he was like, then finally we had to bang him out. He was totally a stinking drunk. So person becomes crazy. So we have to therefore, in spiritual life at present, we have to change our impersonal attitude to personal attitude. And that will not happen artificially, but it happens naturally. We see proper deity, we just pay obeisance, like an exercise, and Prabhupada is pleased with me. Imagine, that's the most foolish attitude. Little better attitude is that we look at the deity, we feel how nicely it is dressed, nice. Little better, we feel the presence of the Acharya. We feel so happy in his association of pure consciousness of Krishna consciousness. And then still better, we bow down to him and take his orders. Please give me instruction. What can I do to please you? Like Prabhupada, he looked as Guru in the highest way. Now, just imagine when you see an Acharya or you see any devotee, what do you see first? How nicely dressed, how big is his tilak? And, he's speaking very sweetly. We see only that in the beginning. Okay. The next level, because this is still, you're not feeling the person. You are actually feeling just external appearance of the person. It's very impersonalistic. The next level is that you become a little more personal. You feel happy in his association. The next level. It was so nice. It really still not, you got more personal. The next level is that you bow down to him. Can any way I can serve you? And that's the highest level. And you speak from the core of your heart. Like Prabhupada wrote a letter to his Guru. He said, I ask only one question to my Guru. How do I serve you? That's only one question. He said, I was a Grahastha. I didn't have fortune to stay at your lotus feet and serve as brahmachari and sannyasi. It got an opportunity. I was busy with my business and maintaining my family. I could not do anything. How do I serve you? There was only one question. And Bhaktisiddhanta, isn't it personal attitude? Isn't it personal attitude? And how many times you have said to Prabhupada this? How many times, please, have you said? Just think about this. Have you any day said to Prabhupada, Prabhupada, I'm busy with so many things. There's something I can do to serve you. There was one secretary to Srila Prabhupada at a particular time. His name was Harikesh Maharaj, Harikesh that time. So all the time he will live with Prabhupada. He was so attached to Prabhupada. All the time he lived Prabhupada, all the time. So one day Prabhupada said, just with me all the time. And then many devotees will from him find out his itinerary of Prabhupada. And they're rich. Americans are many times rich. And they'll buy proper tickets, same tickets Prabhupada has, they will also buy. So Prabhupada is going around the world, they're also there around the world. And Prabhupada looks at them, they smile, that's all. There is no even service, just staying with them. So Prabhupada said, please do something to please me. Just by being around me, you're not really pleasing me. Same thing he said to Harikesh. You are with me, I definitely appreciate your service. You are my servant doing so much service. But I want you to do something for me. So what do you want me to do? Go to Europe. Prabhupada, no food there, no vegetarian, only meat. Okay, eat meat, you preached. He was so angry with them, shouting, go! No, Prabhupada, no possible. I just like to be with you. So no, I'm telling you to go. So you try to understand what's the difference. He is at one level enjoying the association of the Acharya. He is appreciating his scholarship. Okay? Everything is nice and feeling so happy in his presence, but is not understanding that I have to, not the highest personal aspect to do something for the pleasure. And Acharya, you cannot flatter. When you say Yasa Prasadat Bhagavad Prasado, Acharya, you cannot flatter. Actually, you have to do something for Acharya is pleased. True or not? Can you flatter Prabhupada? It's like any other person, you want to make him happy. What do you say? You're looking so smart, yeah, you're so handsome, and you're so nice. I'm so fortunate in your presence. You can flatter anybody and make him comfortable. True? Can you tell Acharya like that? He'll laugh at him. You have to, they are very grave. That's why you see the picture of Srila Prabhupada, even in the temples. Do you see that? No. Prabhupada never gave photo like that. Have you seen Prabhupada with Prabhupada standing and giving photo, and Prabhupada is just like we all do? No, you don't see. Why? Shri Chaitanya Manobeshtam Sapatam Yena Bhutale. He is trying to establish Lord Chaitanya's mission on earth on the order of his Guru. He has a very serious mission, isn't it? He's grave. Gravity means he has a बहुत ही बड़े काम में लगे हैं, उसको उसमें ध्यान लगा हुआ है ना? ये बच्चों की तरह ही नहीं है. प्रभुपाद का फोटो कभी नहीं देखेगा बच्चों की तरह ही. No, he's very grave, very very grave, and you cannot please him by some empty tricks. No, you have to actually do something serious and relieve him. Acharya is in a great anxiety how the whole world can take to Krishna consciousness and relieve him. Then there is general, oh, so nice it is. So nice. Okay, so that should be our objective. But we are not so personal. We are so impersonal. You know, ek dandavat kar diya, ho gaya. Yes, we don't even mind sometimes. The devotees are so dear to Krishna. Speak anything against any devotee. We don't even know that Krishna will be so upset with that. Even the devotee forgives, Krishna will not forgive. Like Arjuna in the beginning of Bhagavad Gita. You know, among the list of offenses Kaurava did, so many offenses to innocent Pandavas. And you should be convinced of this. Pandavas are virtuous and pure, spotless. They are servants of Krishna. Not a slightest trace of any mistake they ever did. So pure. And they were tortured actually. Just like Prahlad Maharaj was tortured, even Pandavas were tortured by Duryodhana and the gang. And they committed to virtue. They were committed to rules and regulations of Shastriya. And he tortured them on that. And then on top of it, another devotee of Krishna, Draupadi, was attempt to insult her in public. Do you think Krishna was not upset? He was extremely angry by that. Therefore, before the war, and Arjuna said, Krishna, can you forgive them? Krishna said, no, kill them. So even though a devotee was ready to forgive, Krishna was not ready to forgive the Kauravas. True? Kill them. Death penalty for all of them. I'm not going to forgive them. So similarly, we should try to understand is that we should be very careful. So pleasing the spiritual master, pleasing ours is actually a mercy movement. Ours is not a movement that, I chanted Hare Krishna, I got mercy of Krishna. Ours is not only that movement. Definitely you get mercy of Krishna. Ours is we advance by the mercy. We always feel, like Bhaktivinoda Prabhupada used to say, I'm not qualified, but on order of Guru, my Guru, I'm preaching. So whenever we speak, whenever we do kirtan, whenever we do any devotion service, we should always have the same attitude. I'm not actually qualified, but I have an order to do that. So in this respect, with the pleasing the spiritual master, pleasing Krishna, we have to come to a personal aspect of Krishna consciousness. We can take so many examples of this was missed. The Brahmanas were doing yajna, did not know. Dvijapatini Joya, they did not know that all the rituals are at the end for pleasing Krishna. So when Krishna said, give me food, they didn't give. They forgot the essence. Anna? So many examples we can take from Vedic literature. People forgot the essence was pleasing the Supreme Lord. So we should therefore be little personalistic instead of being lost in the rituals. Be more personalistic. I give you an example. One of the rich man I knew, he came from Bangalore here, very, very rich. And whole city will stand in queue. Big crowd will be there. And they will tell him, but I never meet him in Bangalore because no point. He's mobbed when he comes. Mobbed means 100, 200 people. Everybody having a sob story. My child, I don't have money to get him in admission. My husband has died. It's a very difficult situation. How much you have to pay? 2 lakhs. Tuck, he gives. Distribute crores of rupees. Okay, but next story. Everybody come with a sob story. So I happened to meet him in the evening and I said, how are you? Did you have something to eat? He looked at me. He said, nobody asked me this question till now. Nobody was bothered. Like similarly, even previously a sage comes to a town, all the people know sage means he is very tapasvi, he is following rules and regulations. So he can have a lot of punya, he can distribute punya. People used to know this science. So what they will do? They will go to him and they will ask him. They will go to him, they will ask him, can you, this stops just like a rich man actually, same thing. Please bless us, this is my problem. And it's okay. Krishna Matera, something he will say. And the person goes away, telling one stop. The same thing, actually same thing is happening. In fact, this is more effective. This is more effective. And people know this. But are they bothered about the thing? Has he eaten anything? Doesn't matter. Let him go to hell. If people come to know there is one sadhu who is very powerful and by his blessings you can solve so many problems, people go to him in a queue, let him go to hell and get my problem solved. They're not even looking at him. Not even looking at him. So we have to come out of the impersonal attitude. So when he was doing meditation, Kardama Muni for 10,000 years, his attitude was not, he is a ganne ka ras he's doing. Just like when you're chanting Hare Krishna. Many people feel that like a machine or ganne ka juice. Hare Krishna, I'm feeling happy. No. It's not a ganne ka juice nikal rahe ho, maja aa gaya. You're chanting the names of the Lord and praying to the Lord, my Lord, enough. I'm tired of sense enjoyment. I'm tired. Can you please place me? Ai nanda tanuja kinkaram patitam vam vishame bhavam budau. Kripaya tava pad pankaja siddhuli sadrisham vichinte. My Lord, I've fallen down and I'm not able to have fallen into the ocean of sense gratification. All the time my senses are agitated and hankering for sense gratification. I cannot come to the platform of Krishna consciousness. Can you please pick me up? That is my prayer. Anna? So when you chant in Preeti Purvakam, then what happens is that chanting is very pleasing to the Lord. Very, very pleasing. He has understood the essence. And we are helpless. Prabhupada says like a child, when he cries for the mother helplessly, the same way, this is the best prayer. Ai nanda tanuja kinkara. Pray to the Lord, please, I am helpless. My Lord, I am not able to pick myself up. I do not know how I will be able to practice Krishna consciousness. Please, I need your helping hand. So in that mood, I am praying to a person called Krishna and chanting his name, which is also called Nama Prabhu. The name is also a person, associating with him for that. So, and then we will make quick spiritual advancement. Otherwise, it will go on practicing Krishna consciousness like a process without knowing the very essence of the process is to please Krishna without knowing that. Okay. Thank you. I hope some meditation Hare Krishna. Thank you, everybody.
हरे कृष्णा प्रभु जी दंडवत प्रणाम
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji, Dandavad
प्रभु जी दंडवत प्रणाम
कृष्ण प्रभु जी दंडवत प्रणाम
हरे कृष्णा प्रभु जी दंडवत प्रणाम
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी दंडवत प्रणाम हरे कृष्ण थैंक यू
हरे कृष्णा प्रभु जी दंडवत प्रणाम थैंक यू फॉर अ वंडरफुल सेशन
Thank you, Prabhuji, for a wonderful session.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, pranam.
I want to ask one question, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, was there practice of having the remnants of the Srila Prabhupada before by his disciples?
Yes. That is for acharyas. Huh? Don't do for... You will get sick. It is said sometimes people take remnant of the devotees here and there. You will get sick. For great acharyas who are on very advanced spiritual platform, they sometimes allow their disciples to have their remnant. Okay? Prabhupada used to. That's called Maha Prasadam. Very special, very fortunate to get that. Okay?
Yes, Prabhuji. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Only for gurus and acharyas. Okay? We should not sharing our remnant out of mercy. They will get sick.
Okay, Prabhuji.
Okay? Hare